Today's video is all about video editing. Now, this is going to be more of a surface level editing, just showing you my process, what I do when it comes to a video, where I get my music, what programs I edit with, and then just kind of my timeline of editing. It's not going to be super exciting, but this is a start because when it comes to video editing, there are different programs, there are different ways to edit. You have people who use a lot of the sound effects, who use a lot of the just regular overlay effects. I try to keep my edits pretty clean, especially for something like what I'm editing now, which is the 2025 series night market. So it was just a small event that my dad was like, hey, come and shoot this event. You know, there'll be some food there. The Drip Coffee was there. It's in downtown Ceres. So I said, sure, why not? And so I edit my events different than my church style of editing, but the basis is that it's still video editing. There's still a process to it. And majority of the time, my process is the same across the board. There's just a little bit different when it comes to church editing because of the environment, camera settings, what's going on, different things to capture in a church rather than at a night market. So let's dive in. Realistically, what I do here is we're going to go over, oh, maybe it's this way. There we go. So I like to have a foundation before I do any type of editing. And that foundation is music. So I like to make sure that when I edit my videos, I edit to the music, to the beat. Sometimes editing to the beat, it's not always the best thing because it can be repetitive. It doesn't really grab the attention. Sometimes you want to edit off beat just to throw people off a little bit, get them to, question it. So, but a majority of the time I do edit on beat. So I will go into Artlist, and I use artlist.io for all of my non-copyrighted music because this is for the city of Ceres. You know, you don't want to throw copyrighted music in case they use it for promotion, their website. Yes, I get it. Instagram and TikTok and all that. You can use copyrighted music, but just to be on the safe side, I don't want there to be any issues or problems. I give them non-copyrighted music straight from Artlist. So what I'll usually do is I'll, come on here, Artlist. I know they just had some updates. Artlist, sponsor me. I use all your stuff. But they have some great music. Their AI voiceover is fun to play with. Sound effects, templates. They even have LUTs. And so for me, I do shoot in S-Log, especially for this event. I shot it in S-Log, 4K 60. And so you'll see me throw some LUTs on there. I won't do any heavy color grading just because that's not like the basis of this video. Right now, it's just the starting and getting from point A to point B, like beginning to end. I will have a more in-depth editing when it comes to color grading, shot lists, and everything like that down the line for the next video. All right, so finding music. This is it. That's funny. For those of you who don't watch Netflix or anything like that, K-pop Demon Hunters, which is really cool that Artlist has incorporated this, like find music that matches the biggest hits of the week. I thought that was really cool. So they'll say, okay, so Golden's one of the, from K-pop Demon Hunters, Soda Pop. And so you can click on a song and it'll find other songs like it or similar. All right, I'm having too much fun with this. But so Artlist is a great place to find music. If you cannot get an Artlist subscription, because it can be pretty pricey, they do have multiple plans. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. I know there are other options like Epidemic Sounds, I believe, and that's all I can think of right now. But I use artlist.io. I've used it for years. So yeah, I've been part of their program for, I want to say, 3 to 4 years. I even have like different playlists and sets already set aside. But what I usually like to do is, I'll go to music, and the theme or vibe of the, night market. I already found my music. I'm using Walakata. So this is what, starting off a little slow. So when I think night market, I think, okay, there's going to be like showing off the vendors, showing off some of the people that are there. This was their first night market, so it wasn't like a huge thing, but it was still a very cool market to have that, that established. And so I want to make sure when I'm editing, like this beginning, it's very peaceful. I might even switch from day to night, because there was a really good shot that I got of the series logo, but that was shot at night. Wasn't able to capture that during the day. So we'll kind of just play around with it. This was a lot of running gun shooting. So yeah, we got our music, and I've already imported all of my clips here. So you'll see as I'm scrolling down on the left-hand side, this is just every clip that I got, all imported. Some of them are landscape, some of them are portrait, yeah. So one of the things is when you turn your screen on the FX30, I think it's any Sony, that when you flip your screen out and put it a certain way, it kind of flips it to be more of a vertical or portrait shot. So there's an easy fix for that. It's just rotating and zooming in. But for the most part, this whole video was shot landscape. So let's dive into the edit. So music as your foundation. Then you kind of figure out, okay, what's the journey? What am I starting with? My opening shot, my end shot. Like I do know my end shot is going to be, and I'll pull it up. Let's see if I can find it really fast. I do want my end shot to be the series sign laid out. Here we go. So this is going to be my end shot. I think it's 180 I usually use. So I want that to be my ending shot. So I would be like, oh, this would be a cool opening shot. Maybe I'm just going to throw my LUTs on real quick. So we do Rec 709. And then if it works, I don't know if it's going to work, but I like that Kodak look. So CG Kodak LUT. And I think I got that from Full-Time Filmmakers. So I got Full-Time Filmmakers official LUTs. I don't do a lot of like going in and color grading per se. Again, that's going to be for a separate video specifically on color grading. Right now, let's just work on getting it through the video. So I'm going to shut up, and I'll speak on anything that needs to be spoken on as I'm putting it together. But this is just my process of editing. I always find the music first. That's the foundation. And then I edit to the music. So here we go. So there's going to be a lot of like pausing, replaying, pausing, replaying, pausing, replaying from the start to just see if everything goes. Yeah, so hopefully it's coming out good. I will be sending this off to my dad hopefully tonight, if not early tomorrow morning, for them to look at, review, and if there's any changes that they need made, then hopefully we can get it done and make it. I just hope it's a good video for them to promote for next year or for the next months that they're going to be doing this event. So you'll see that I do pull the timeline back and restart it, let it play all the way up to where I'm at to make sure, okay, it flows or it looks good. Like now I'm hitting, I've gone through some of the booths, the food, a few of the other things. Now it's like, okay, let me get more of the gameplay that's happening, because there's some people with oh my gosh, I forgot what they are doing, but they're throwing the little bean bags forgot the word for it, but that connect for the bricks that they're stacking up, and then the coffee shop. And I even got a nice shot of the guy like spray painting, and a couple of like even after dark shots. So with my light, so I might switch up the look a little bit, but we're just gonna see what happens. I still got about a minute left to play with on this audio, so I should be good. Well, let's jump back in and see what where we're at so far. All right, so I've gotten to this point here. Starting to slow down a little bit, just small. There's a lengthier part that I added just to kind of cover some space. But I just really like the airbrush piece. Look at that. Look who is calling me. Hey, what's up?
What are you doing?
Yo, you are on speakerphone. I am... Guys, it's Isaiah Garay. This is for my YouTube video. I'm currently editing the night market video as I'm recording myself editing the edit.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so right now I'm waiting for some footage to stabilize, and then, we'll see how this turns out. So far, I think it looks pretty good. Coming to the end, probably going to hit about a minute 30, realistically. And then we'll see how it goes.
Heck yeah, keep going, keep pushing.
What are you doing?
I am currently, I just got to my hotel in Waco. We are, I got delayed in Springfield for like 2.5 hours. So they basically took me off all my trips and reassigned me a different trip and a different crew.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's why you don't become a flight attendant, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You can say that. They mess with your schedule, but they do pay you.
They do pay you. That's a win right there, is that they pay you. I'll take that any day.
Once I make that pilot money, it all changes.
Are you going to be a pilot?
I'm going to be a pilot.
He's going to be a pilot, guys.
I have my own craft. They're going to call me, my handle's going to be Maverick.
Oh, gosh. That's funny.
No, but we're doing good. We're doing good. We're chilling. We just got here. The crew is going to go out to eat. It's already 1 o'clock here in the morning.
Oh, dang.
In Texas. But you know what? I said I had some editing to do. That's very important, especially when I have another job. Editing, get the editing done, and order food. So I chose editing over going out, having a good time. But my work is done.
So the edit's finished?
The edit is going to be started. I just walked in. I ordered some food, but I'm working on it right now. That way tomorrow I don't have to stress about it. It's already done.
So make sure, for those of you who are watching, side note, you get people who keep you accountable. Isaiah is one of those people who keeps me accountable, and I keep him accountable on the editing side of things. Accountability is key in the creative field, no matter what. Like, one, hold yourself accountable, honor your word, but having support does help. So yeah, make sure you get that video editing done. I want to see a vlog by tomorrow morning.
You got it. You got it. And that's super crazy that you said that. I just watched the video about keeping people accountable. And like, especially you don't want to, I think, people who want to become rich over doing good things, you want to cut those people out of your life, especially the people who want to just party and be lazy all the time. You want to cut those people off because those are not going to benefit you in the long run when you're trying to get stuff done.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Definitely see that. Because they're more focused on money than the growth. Which,
definitely.
As creatives, one, we don't make a lot of money to start off with in the beginning. But as we begin to build our communities, as we begin to build clientele, we'll gain the money. But when we learn that, hey, God just comes first. Like, if you intertwine God in all of your business and all of your creativity, things will happen. So I do don't put yourself around people who are chasing after money. Don't put yourself around people who are chasing after money, but people who may be chasing wealth, I would say. Because those who are chasing wealth, I think of people like Omar and Myron Golden, like they use biblical principles. So being in circles like that, where it's like, hey, we're chasing wealth because wealth is biblical. It's in the Bible. But people who are chasing after money, I say there's a difference between the two.
Hands down, definitely. Hands down, definitely. I think it's just one of those things, you know. Money, I would say, is definitely the root of all evil. But, you know, there's different ways of being wealthy. You know, I just feel like there's, being wealthy spiritually, being wealthy, physically, mentally. I feel like it all comes together when, especially when you put God first.
Yeah, it does. Cool. All right, man. I got to get back to this edit. I need to get out of here by midnight. So I have 1 hour to finish this video. But let me know when your vlog's posted.
I will let you know, Nies. I just got in. And I am going to get started because if I don't do it now, I'm going to fall asleep.
Exactly. All right, man. Get to it.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later. Have people in your life that know how to keep you accountable, and have people in your life who know to check in on you from time to time, because we just need it. We're human. All right, back to the edit. Okay, so I feel like I finished it. That ending part was a little rough because it has like the just a lot of hits back to back. Now again, there are more intense ways of editing where, like, hey, on that, having a bunch of photos. If I had taken photos, I would have added photos that and then into the series. But that it wouldn't work right now. So this is just a simple edit. This is nothing crazy, nothing too in depth. It just shows kind of my process of editing when it comes to something like this. I think it turned out pretty well. We're going to watch the final play and just see how it goes real quick before we end this recording. So let's watch it real fast. All right, so that was it. That pretty good video in my opinion. I mean, at least it's good for a recap. Now I'm going to send it to them tonight for review tomorrow. If there's anything that needs changed or needs to be changed, they can let me know and I'll throw in some edits. Shouldn't be too difficult of edits. But yeah, so now we're going to export that and then we'll be on our way. So let's get this exported So I'm running Final Cut Pro. When I do export file, usually I do computer format, H.264. I do the multi-pass. Yes, there's a single multi-pass, which is faster. I like to do the better. And then resolution 3840 by 2160. Standard, Rec 709, QuickTime Player. So easy stuff. Just that's my settings for export when I am exporting a landscape video. Next. And then it'll, little beach ball. And then 2025, let's do series, night market. And I have everything safe onto my G drive. So I have a SSD 2 terabyte G drive that I have all of my projects on, at least my Final Cut projects running on. So if that's one of the things I also recommend is if you are editing off of a laptop, make sure you have a solid state drive. Minimum, I'd say 2 terabytes, depending on how much you're editing. I keep a 2 terabyte. I'm working on upgrading to a 4 terabyte just so I can house a lot of my projects without having to worry about the space or how much footage I'm dropping in. But yeah, I'll have a breakdown of all of that too in one of my upcoming videos of like the equipment that I'm using when I record, and then also the equipment I use when I edit. So that'll all be coming out soon. This is it for this video. So thank you for those who have watched all the way to the end. If you haven't already, join my emailing list down below. Fill out that form. I'm sending weekly creative drips. And then if you want, I can also add you to that creative drip community on Skool. So thank you all for watching. And hopefully this helps somebody or gives somebody a little bit more direction when it comes to editing on a computer. I will be dropping more editing videos when it comes to church content as well as social media content. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, thank you for watching this creative drip drop.